This man made a wish at the cemetery. He hoped to see his deceased mother one more time. Unexpectedly, something miraculous happened at that moment. He suddenly passed out. When he woke up, he found his hands had become incredibly young and tender. Not only that, but he felt light on his feet, and riding a bicycle became much easier. Regarding this, Jack felt only slightly confused. He had no idea what was happening to him. But what really puzzled him was this. All the cars on the street were brands discontinued decades ago. Finally, when he passed by a mirror, Jack discovered the shocking truth. He had somehow turned back into his teenage self. Soon he thought of his mother, whom he hadn't seen in years. Jack nervously approached his family home. A familiar yet strange man appeared at the door. Memories came flooding back. Jack remembered that this was his father. He was completely bewildered as his father called him over to help with chores. At this moment, Jack saw a familiar figure in the kitchen. It was his mother, whom he hadn't seen in 40 years. Jack fought hard to hold back his tears. Seeing her son standing there in a daze, his mother thought he was tired. She told him to go rest for a while. Then Jack went to his room. Everything in the room felt so familiar and warm. This brought back wonderful childhood memories. His sister looked at Jack and thought he had lost his mind. At this point, Jack still believed this was all a dream. He thought he would wake up after sleeping, but when he slept until dinner time, he found that his parents and sister were still there beside him. Many questions arose in Jack's mind. Was this really not a dream? But there was nothing he could do about it. He could only take things one step at a time. The next morning, Jack still looked like a teenager. He instinctively reached for his beard out of habit. Although he looked only 12 years old, his body contained the soul of a 50-year-old. Then he went to school with his sister. At school, Jack saw his old friend Charlie and the girl he used to have a crush on, but he had no intention of confessing to the girl. At this very moment, he just wanted to understand what was happening. However, he soon found a clue. After school that day, Charlie invited him over to his house. In Charlie's bookshelf, Jack found a science fiction novel. It told the story of a protagonist who traveled back in time to change his destiny. Jack seemed to understand something. He immediately left his friend's house. According to the novel's premise, traveling back in time is meant to change one's fate. So what should he do to change his destiny? He thought of something major that would happen this year. His father would suddenly abandon the family without any warning one day. His mother would die from excessive grief because of this. Jack wanted to ask his father why he would leave, but asking such questions now would be too strange, so in the end, he didn't speak up. Fortunately, Jack at this time had the mind of a 50-year-old. He quickly noticed details he had previously overlooked. Every night, his father would sit alone in the bathroom, as if hiding from his mother. Jack vaguely sensed that his parents' relationship had problems, but he had no direct evidence. Until this day, when he saw his father secretly take a phone call and then hurry out. Seeing his father sneak out, Jack wanted to follow him. As a result, he was refused by his father, but he didn't give up. Instead, he secretly followed his father on his motorcycle. Finally, Jack saw what he least wanted to see. His father was actually embracing a strange woman. Was his father really having an affair?